guy, aka y'all already know who it is, Trigger Ranking and Trigger Man himself. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification bell. That being said, let's get this show on the road, man. Um, put some music on. Hey, bullshitting ass baseball, bro. Coming from the man with the Atlanta baseball hat. I'm like, damn, but you only got a 80,000. Hold on, y'all, hold on. The one with the 80,000 on it. Okay, all right. Where we at? Gotta do some more music on here, y'all. More music. We going to Mr. Candona, but we going on the other phone. I don't know. I got feel like my allergies or something fucking with me. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me just do the short one. Let me just do the short one. Who all up in here? Ain't nobody. Ain't got one person in here. Oh, the show must go on. We got some good shit to talk about tonight, y'all. We got some great shit to hit on. Let me see. Go to YouTube. Give me a second, y'all. Let me set this music up. Set this motherfucking music up in this bitch. Give me a second. Oh no, Human Nature remix, Bridget. Tyler Helton, what's up? Where you coming in from, Tyler? As you can see, we in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Braves. I'm gonna play some good tunes for y'all, man. Hey, it's just an apple. Let me take a bite. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? I say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? Reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. See that girl? She likes the way I stand. They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way. Looking out across the morning. I might try to do one more. The city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I'll touch your shoulder. I'm dreaming of the street. Hola, what up? They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Do me that way. Say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Woo! Does it do me that way? I like living this way. Poquito. Like loving this way. You speak it in Spanish? Speak it in Arabia? From Brazil.
Yo, you're live with Anderson Paak. Today we're talking pro money move.
All right, so we got to get to the show, see what's going on in this thing. Figure out what's going on in the wild world of YouTube, y'all. All right, so let me see. Hey. Hold on, y'all. Damn. They said David's Discord discovered the murder in one day. Yeah, put it down. Let me see what the hell that's about. Yeah, I'm in America, big dog. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Hold on, no. I gotta go to Willie D Live. Give me a second. Willie D Live. Hold on. Willie D Live. We got a Chud update. They say Chud woke up to bad news this morning. Top police accused of dismemberment. What? Damn, that's crazy. Man, what the shit with Chud at? Okay. Alright, y'all, we going we checking out Willie. It said don't go, okay? I ain't going nowhere, bro. I'm in this thing for life, bro. Only way I go is on a pine box, my nigga. A pine box, my nigga. Anyway, though. So, I'm about to check out Chud the Builder woke up to bad news. So, I don't know if y'all already know Chud, bail was 1.25 million. What's up? Yeah, Chud bail was 1.25 million, bro. And he gonna have to pay way more than 10% to get that shit knocked down like slick. Like, hold on, y'all, I'm gonna cut this down.
What's up, Daphne? Chud the Builder, the talentless streamer who goes around rage baiting, calling black people the N-word, and trying to provoke them into a fight. He wants a confrontation so that he can have an excuse to shoot them.
I do it good, man.
Bad news, family. Yeah, I mean real bad news.
King Drive, where?
They know
where King Drive at?
$200,000 on a Give, Send, Go fund. And
what King Drive at? I'm good. Bro, so he's checking it. Southside Chicago, damn.
And
Southside Chicago, what's up, man? What's
is
up,
money
dog?
that he probably intended on using to bail himself out of a $1.25 million bond. But the prosecutors say, no can do.
Oh, damn.
You can bail out, but you can't use that money. So the prosecutors want to know.
So basically, they raised some money for Chud to get out. This is you really appreciate it. But yeah, they said Chud bond was 1.2.5 million. They put up a GoFundMe for Chud to get out. Bruh. Tell me why the prosecutor said you can't use that fucking money, bro.
Where the money come from? Check it out, man. This is according to Time Envy. Controversial streamer Dalton Etherly, better known online as Chud the Builder, may face another major setback in his ongoing.
So basically, you're gonna have to either stay in there or put up collateral. They might want money and collateral, so he might have to put up. I'm sure he only got one place to stay, but he got to put up maybe two houses to make up that money. So yeah.
In Tennessee.
Chud, I know Chud ass is in that shit in bricks right now. Like, I know Chud and that bitch like,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Shooting case. Prosecutors are reportedly planning to stop him from using money raised through an online fundraiser to help secure his release from jail. Update comes days after a judge set his bond at $1.25 million. Following charges connected to a courthouse shooting in Clarksville, Tennessee. A Give, Send, Go campaign created for Etherly and his family has already raised more than $200,000. That amount is higher than the typical 10% payment needed to work with a bail bondsman on a $1.25
So they raised 200,000
However,
already.
reports suggest prosecutors want a special source hearing to investigate where the money came from before it can be used for bond purposes. A hearing connected to the matter is reportedly scheduled for May 21st. We can stop right there. There's Chud. Look at Chud. Chud looking like a crud. Chud the crud. Yeah, fam. Check him out.
Chud look like crud.
But I wanted y'all to check out something else too, fam, while we're at it, while we check that out. I should have had this ready, but I wanted
Not Chud look like crud. Oh man, you can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. Oh, King David. So that's where King David was from? Cause you know I don't know nothing about them type of politics, bro. I don't know nothing about gang politics, bro. I just do the news, bro. I'm the radio guy. And I don't want to speculate, so I would rather have you let me know what's up. All hell.
pull up this right here because I think this is important to see. I just absolutely enjoyed Chud court hearing. The way he closed his eyes when he heard that bond amount, he looked so defeated. He looked like who he really is.
Shit, if he think he defeated now, boy, wait till he get in that jail cell, boy. They gonna hop on Chud. And if one person know who Chud is, it's over with. They gonna get on Chud ass, my nigga. Chud is fucked up.
He's right, you know.
It's not who he pretends to be. Check him out.
That initial bond at 1.25 million.
So we just got a hold of an arrest warrant for Dalton Etherly that reveals new details, including the name of the man that he got into an altercation with and is alleged to have shot, that he's facing this very serious charge of attempted murder by Montgomery County officials as Joshua Fox. We also got a narrative here within the affidavit. They gave a lot more details into what happened outside of that Montgomery County courthouse on Wednesday. Officers noted that they watched surveillance video, and in that video, they saw that this started out as a verbal fight, that Etherly turned toward Fox and then reached for his firearm, and then a physical fight ensued. Etherly, according to this affidavit, then shot Fox.
So what's gonna happen with this is, they had a verbal altercation. Chud done pulled for his shit. And the dude basically whipped Chud ass and Chud shot him and shot himself in the process.
Fox multiple times. Fox was then airlifted over to Vanderbilt Hospital where he underwent emergency surgery. Now, Etherly live streamed himself, the interaction, it's caught on audio, the interaction that he had with first responders shortly after he's alleged to have shot Fox.
He said, you start saying all that me, I'm gonna hit you. He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He's still wailing on me.
Now in that live stream,
No, that's a goddamn lie. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Chud wanted to be RoboCop and got his ass motherfucking popped.
Etherly says that he didn't start shooting until Fox started to beat up on him, but it's important to note that in the actual narrative of the affidavit, officers note that in the surveillance video that they witnessed, this never turned physical until Etherly pulled out his gun. Of course, we've reached out to his attorney for comment, but again, this is a live streamer who's made a name out of himself out of essentially rage baiting, of saying vile content, of going up to people, especially minorities and black people, calling them the N-word, calling them chimps. There's been a major backlash in the community about this individual for a long time before this happened.
So check out how much money he raised, man. The dude already had $237,000.
$237,000.
They got what? 5,791 give, 1927 share, and 258 prayed, is praying for this guy, right? This guy is an uncivilized mutt. And in order for someone to be empathetic, or let's just say sympathetic towards him, they would have to be an equal uncivilized mutt. This goes to show you that there are many uncivilized mutts in the United States of America. 5,791 uncivilized mutts funded this slush fund for him. You know that this is premeditated. You knew that this is what they do, right? He knew that this is what they do. He knows because he watches the media and he's on the internet just like everybody else. He sees people donating to stuff like this all the time. He sees white folks killing black folks specifically and abusing them, calling the N-word, this, whatever, insulting them, just treading on their civil rights and everything. And they not the time. So him being a failed business person, him being a failed father, him being a lazy, do-nothing dude who's known for nothing but sowing seeds of hate. He has no talent. So he's knowing.
So basically trying to say he's some bullshit.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
I pretty much gave up on life anyway. So if I get killed, I win. If I go to jail, I win. Because they're going to make sure that I get paid. So it's a win-win for a loser like him. That's the way they see it, right? Because you got to have given up on life to walk around calling people the N-word, just indiscriminately, just calling people the N-word, trying to get a raise out of them. You got to be out of your damn mind. So, but check this out, family. This uncivilized mutt, sure, he ain't the only one who has been able to raise money for a cause. Check out his victim. Yeah, fam, check that out. $231,590 raised for the good guy. Yeah, that's for Josh, for the good guy. For every single person who has donated so far, I ain't got no problem with that. That's the way you offset the uncivilized mutts. That's the way you throw them off. That's the way you fight them. And I would say add a little bit more on top of the fight, besides the money. There's other ways to fight. Choose one. But that's a good start. Because we got to get used to putting our money where our mouths are. And it ain't like we ain't got it. Oh, we got it. We got it. We just got to get used to putting the money where it should go. We got to get used to that idea. Because for a long time, black folks have had the mentality of, well, if you're doing it for the people, you should be free. So you're going to expect this man to put his life on the line. You're going to expect this man to be away from his family, out here crusading for other people. He's out here missing time with his family, which means that if he's not working a traditional job, then his money got to come as a provider. The money got to come from somewhere. So shouldn't the money come from the source that benefits the most from the work that activist put in? Man, I am 1,000% behind activists. I'm talking about true activists, people who actually do the work. And let me say this, because I know some of y'all are like, well, this activist did this, and this, that. Look, ain't none of them perfect. Ain't no activist perfect. But if you got an activist out there who have active threats against their lives for standing up or speaking out for something, you might want to pump your brakes. It is oftentimes an extremely unthankful job, right? It's the type of job that people take for granted. And people oftentimes look down on, because most activists don't really got long paper. Most activists don't really have money. Malcolm died broke. Did you know that?
Damn sure did.
Malcolm X, the one that we like to quote all the time and we like to praise, and we talk about how
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. That nigga died broke, bro. Come on, man.
Here he is. He died broke. Fighting for people, some of the people that was fighting against him. Some of the people was his main detractors, were people he was fighting for. So yeah, I absolutely believe that people that are in that line of work need to be properly compensated. Yeah, y'all giving all this money to these damn do-nothing pastors. You may as well give something to the people that's putting in the work. If you ain't gonna get on the front lines, make sure you support those who are on the front line, instead of always having something negative to say about it. If you ain't helping, you're hurting. You can complain, but after you complain, do something about it. Chud is a crud. Chud is really upset right now. But he ain't tripping too hard, because he knows there's a good chance that bond amount will get lowered. And he'll figure out some kind of way to spring himself up out of there. He ain't got no money. So unless that money get raised through GoFundMe, or somebody, they figure out some type of legal maneuver to put the money into an account that he owns, or an account a family member owns, who says, I'll loan you the money or something like that, there's ways to get around it. Unless that happens, Jud's gonna have to wait this out. He's gonna have to wait through trial. Chud is interesting. Chud just traded his 15 minutes of fame for 15 years in prison.
You might get more than that, bro. You might get more than that, bro. 15 years for attempted
Damn,
murder.
son.
Attempted murder? Why them folks, as soon as they see Chud, they're gonna be like this. He's gonna have long nights and early mornings. Chud is cooked. I'm telling you, Chud is cooked.
Let me get over to Fox News and see what they're saying about this. Maybe I can get some evidence to help, I don't know, hurt Chud a little bit more. They love to talk. No more talk.
Hey man, y'all check out Willie D Live. We about to check out Hip Hop Buddha right quick. They're saying Rico Reckless reacts to Wooga World's Stain being.
Yo, we back with another one, y'all. See, I already know Wooga World Stain. He had did like 10 years in prison for murder he was charged with. Came home, got killed. Rico Reckless finally responds, because I think when Stain got killed, I think they say Rico Reckless was locked up in jail in Texas. So he finally responds So we gonna get into all that, but before we do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, make sure y'all hit that hype button.
My real brother. I look, my brother. So play ball then. Pop outside. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all come with 80 shots. Beat this 80 to the 80 ball because he said ain't going. And I respect it. I respect it. It's at the 80 ball. I'm not, y'all want to start all that trouble and all that shit about nothing, gang. Just be cool. How y'all be cool. Like, my brother, he RIP, man. My brother a legend. And he ain't go for none. That's what he like to do. Lay belt and kick it. But all that wolfing in my DM, they I'm finna. What you want, man, slide for snake, man, we slept for snake 1,000 times. That's why life was just good. Just know, folks, my crib, he used to get access to my crib whenever he wanted to come. 24/7, he had his own room there. He know he lived there. He had the keypad to my door, the keypad to my gate, the door I had anybody. Anytime he called me for anything, I sent. I ain't seen anybody. And I'd have that man, Amiri and Mo Javance, they y'all to get. Y'all been free for y'all whole life, so he been locked up for 10. Free my brother. I was saying that for a long time. Now you finally free. R.I.P. man. Yeah, this one hurt, gang. This one hurt, folks, man. Deal with it. That's what I'm saying. Deal with the apartment. Smoke my weed, sip my drink. Try to perform on y'all. We got people like y'all just not even talk to. I see Eddie DM, all that. Appreciate you right there. Have my back. That's it. Love this shit. I hold my hand. I really appreciate that. And I love y'all for that. Anybody was saying free and shit. Those folks probably did something on y'all. But that's respectful. They be doing shit. People that one.
Crazy.
And I got folks last song that he made. I recorded it. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna drop that shit. I brought it up, man. Had some good times. I wish you listen to me. I told us that, man, you gotta watch everybody in the right thing. You think I'm moving the way I'm moving? Just watch everybody. Like, damn, man, my brother up in heaven here, legend, I ain't got the song. My real brother.
Alright, so y'all heard Rico, man. If Rico was gonna do something, it ain't like he was finna get on here and say it, you know. I know that's what y'all wanted him to do, crash out, I'm finna go kill it. No. If he gonna do something, he gonna do something. He gonna leave it in the street, but he's not finna get over on here and say it, you know. Rico, you know he from the street. He a businessman. He be having businesses and stuff going on, and he can't just get on here and be like, I'm finna go kill and do this. Plus, he got kids too. He got family too. You know what I'm saying? So he can't just get on here and be like that. But whatever it's gonna be in the street, that's what it's gonna be in the street, man. Rest in peace to Stain.
Police have been here for much of the afternoon investigating this shooting, and based on the number of evidence markers we're seeing on the ground, as many as 80 shots were fired here. The shooting happening around early afternoon near 75th and Harvard, apparently right in front of a convenience store. The Chicago...
Stay out in front of them convenience stores, y'all. I'm telling you, bro. Stay the fuck away from them gas stations and convenience stores. You best to go off in the daytime, but bro, it don't matter what time of day. Just keep your head moving and your eyes and watch and pray.
Fire department confirming 3 people were shot. One was pronounced dead on scene. Another victim drove or was driven to a hospital. And a third victim was transported by ambulance. The genders, ages, and conditions of those victims unknown at this hour. As I mentioned, there was clearly a lot of gunfire. It's not just right in front of the store, but up and down the block as well. And at one point, we did see police bringing evidence markers inside the store, so it's unclear perhaps there was gunfire inside as well. What led to all of this is still being investigated, but a sprawling crime scene right now, and it's worth mentioning this all happening about half a block away from an elementary school during the day as class was in session, so this is obviously alarming to those families as well. I talked to a teacher off camera a few moments ago who said that the school did go on lockdown right after that gunfire happened.
Damn.
So
People...
So, like I said, man, when you in war, when you in the streets, when it's personal, when it's beef, you gotta move a certain kind of way. We done seen a lot of people come home from jail sentences and get took out. J-Dog, who else? Lil Mikey, you know, and they ain't the only one, it's a bunch of others. It's not just the people that's known on the internet, well, people y'all might know, but It's regular people in the streets. This happen to all the time because they've been gone for so long. When they get back, they fall back into like the habit.
Yeah, they don't know how to move. Once you get out of prison, bro, you gotta sit the fuck down somewhere. Get you a stable income and stay out them folks' way, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Fuck around and go to what? You ain't gonna wanna go back, I promise that.
Or what they was doing.
Fuck
you know what I'm saying?
Fuck you talking about,
and times have changed. You can't do that. Because what you probably did back then, when nobody probably look at it like you slipping, you doing that today, you slipping. You off. Now the guys that's around you want to put you on or whatever like that, but especially if you had a name in the streets, you know what you've been doing. So when they trying to tell you like, nah man, it's different. These shorties running around with switches and 100 rounds and all that, and you probably like, you got the name, so you just like, man, it's whatever. I'm on what they on. But at the same time, no, they coming different. You know what I'm saying? So like, I thought they was shooting like back and forth, but Rico Regular said that off for 80 ball, meaning he's saying they shot that Stain over 80 times, which is crazy. The report said Stain got hit 12 to 24 times. Which is even crazier, you know what I'm saying? So it's a sad situation, man, but that's how it is in Iraq.
Yeah, Buddha know about that, right? That shit crazy. Shot at the man 80 times. He could have potentially got shot over 20 times. That's crazy, bro. That's a real
thing about the rap. Weird. If you done been out here in the streets and you done something, people don't forget. Ain't nobody gonna forget about what you've done. Nobody. And if somebody want to get you back, they gonna come back for you. And they gonna try to get you and they gonna try to take you out. So it's up to you to always be ready, be prepared. Stay on your P's and Q's. Don't be lacking. Don't be posting up at them stores. I wouldn't post up at no store. It's a death trap. Restaurants, liquor store, corner store.
I just tell y'all that. Stay the fuck away from them storefronts, bro.
Gas stations. All death traps. It was a time where it's like, all right, you can't be at that store at night, or you can't be at that gas station at night or that. And the right man is all day. Because if somebody out looking for you and they catch you, they gonna shoot you, they gonna smoke you. You cook, so you can't just be hanging out like that. You can't, it's too easy to get caught. But when you fall back in your ways, I done been locked up 10 years. I always been at this store. I'm gonna always be at this store. So let me come right back in front of this store. I remember when, this was like around the time when Facebook first started letting people go live. And there was some other dude. He went live, I'm at the store. And they say they looking for me, I'm at the store. I'm at the store all the time. I'm at the store every day. Woo, woo, woo. What they do, they slid to the store where he said he always at. Shot up the whole store, man. I think they killed the man at the store, but I remember they shot up the whole store. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if he had just came home from jail or not. I think he did. I think they said he did just come home, but either way it go, that's a no-no, bro. You cannot do that, bro. We in a different time, a different age, man. Things are different. The shorties are overly reckless. They getting guns better than the...
Yeah, some little young kids out here got some shit that... Yeah. For real. Police be like, that's how it be, bro. It's some little young nigga. They got some of that fire for your ass, nigga. I'm talking about real like high tech type shit.
Police got like, and they overly reckless. You might be worried about you used to have, you've been gone 10, 15 years, that old op that you used to have probably got kids, married, probably put up, ain't even thinking about you, ain't thinking about coming where you at, ain't finna come on the block where you at at night. But them shorties, when word get passed down to them, hey, yeah, man, dude, he just came home. Oh, yeah, he killed woo, woo, woo. Oh, yeah. They gonna slide up and get you. It happens a lot, but like I keep telling y'all, it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't no money in the streets, bro. I don't be seeing, like, when you coming up in the streets, you seeing old schools everywhere. I'm just rims, all that. And it didn't take your car no 6-7 years. 6 months, you ready for the summer. Or people will put their cars up at the end, like the fall, people will put their cars up, or like right at the beginning of winter, put their car up, break their car out in the summer. I don't be seeing no old schools brought out for the summer no more, man. That's how I know it ain't no more money in the street. The ball is different. Gas is high, food is high, everything high. You know why everybody complaining about everything high? Because it ain't no money in the streets no more. If it was still money in the streets like that, you wouldn't even care that the gas was high. They would ride around all day in the old school, not thinking about gas. You know what I'm saying? But now everybody complaining about how the gas is. Because it ain't no more money in the streets. So all y'all shorties, like I say, man, get your favorite game, play it, upload clips to YouTube, do YouTube videos, stream it, become a streamer, put the clips on Instagram.
Stay out of trouble. Please, y'all listen to this man.
Put the clips on YouTube, get paid for that. Then we in a day and age where if you know how to work the internet, you should be getting $1 or a dime somewhere. You shouldn't be on the internet doing nothing for free. If you know how to work the internet, you should be getting paid some type of way. That's the world we living in these days, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But people like, oh man, we in the streets for what?
He's right, you know.
I gotta hit that again for that one, boy.
He's right, you know.
People I know wanted to be in the streets was for money. The first people I knew that was selling drugs in the street wasn't the ball, it was to pay bills. The balling came afterwards because it was just so much extra money left afterwards. But they weren't selling drugs to ball. They were selling drugs just to get the bills paid. Now the bills is paid, we got all this extra money, now we finna ball. That's used to be the order. They used to be happy. These shorties coming out now, they just want to kill all day. They ain't saying nothing about making no money or getting to some money or having some money. They just want to kill. So, you know, we live in a different time.
Damn, son.
That's crazy.
Man, Rico Reckless, keep your head up, bro, man. You know what's going on out here. You know how it is. Like I said, I already know how he gonna play it. Reckless ain't.
Hey. Yeah, Reckless been in the game for a minute. If anything happen, that shit gonna happen under wraps. Nigga, believe that. It probably won't be another King Von situation. If it do happen, we'll say that.
Generate everything with Candy AI.
Things have been a little bit quiet for the David case over the last.
All right, so we're about to check out Trap More Raw's. We'll check out a little bit of this video. Trap More Raw's David's Discord solved the whole murder. Trap More Raw's originated by Trap Lord Raw.
There's so much evidence that it's only 25% of the evidence has actually been transferred from the prosecution to the defense at this stage, 40 terabytes. and it's a lot. So while I don't have a big update with what's going on with the trial in the courthouse, what I do have for you guys is a very interesting and comprehensive breakdown of some of the other evidence. It might well be included in that 40 terabytes that prosecutors are desperately trying to transfer on that courthouse dial-up. But there are a bunch of things that I wonder if they're going to be included. And a big part of this, and it probably is quite a few of those terabytes, is David's Discord server. Now, I've done a few deep dives into David's Discord server over the last couple of weeks. You might have seen some of the videos that I did about, you know, David's Discord mod, some of the shadowy figures that were apparently helping David run this operation behind the scenes. And I keep finding just odd, strange, suspicious, incriminating stuff on David's Discord. And I've got an absolute avalanche of information for you guys in this video, because what I'm going to do is basically break down everything that happened on David's Discord minute by minute as the body was discovered in his Tesla. You know, I don't mean to diminish or belittle the situation. You know, I say a body just because that's what was found in his car. This is a real person. Rest in peace to Celeste. And, you know, we really are just following this story, just praying for that justice to be delivered. So I just want to make that really clear before I get into this. I don't want to downplay or diminish the seriousness of the situation, but just specifically, this video is going to be all about how everybody on Discord reacted when a body was found in David's trunk, when the car was towed. And this really is going to be a breakdown of how David's community found out about what he allegedly did and what was allegedly, not even allegedly, what was in his car in real time. And it is pretty crazy and it's pretty spooky.
They said that they I guess the Discord, they was able to figure this shit out an hour. Hold on, what is that? An hour? Oh no, day one.
So this is going to be a long one. I've got a lot of stuff to show you in this video, and I'm surprised that we were even able to find out this much information. So I've got a giant document here that basically kind of breaks everything down, and I've basically just got screenshots. This is 87 pages, so I've got quite a lot to get through today, guys, okay? So if you were itching for a David update, I've got you, all right? I've got a big coffee on deck. I'm gonna get into it. So basically, as you can see here, these are messages on David's Discord from the 8th of September. Now, just to add another really sad dimension to this story, Celeste's birthday was the 7th of September, I believe, and she would have been 15. She didn't make it to 15 because now we know that she had lost her life months before she was found in that car in the tow yard. And that's just so devastating, so sad. But what we're gonna see in this video is exactly how it played out as far as everybody finding out what was going on with David in his Discord, okay? So I've got it for you guys here, okay? This is the discussion that was going on just an hour before David's car was basically found at that tow yard, all right? So just an hour before David fans found out that the Tesla found at the tow yard that had the body of Celeste in it was registered to David. It would take some time before they would find out that it was a little girl in there, okay? But people are talking, they're discussing stuff, they're messing around, and as you can see, people are saying fire, they're talking about, I don't know exactly what they're talking about at this stage. They're saying it was the second account to do that, people saying they miss their wife. My posts aren't that interesting. Someone said, are you pulling up to the group Goon at 2? Who's saying no, they're all having fun. But here's the thing, right? They're saying Luke's coming to the gooning session, and then this Ariana person says Luke's 15. So even before this all came to a head, right, there's minors in here making unsavory jokes. People talking about I need to find a fit for school. So these are kids having adult conversations in the David Discord before anything's found out. You know, Ben's talking about he's a master gooner. Okay, all right. So people are kind of having fun in here. And again, they're making jokes about PDF files, right? They're talking about master gooner. Someone's saying you're a child like her. You don't have to see each other to goon, bro. That's gay. It's just a goon. It's just a group goon. So these are like super sort of unsavory, childish, but also like quite juvenile conversations that are being had in David's Discord. So this is the discourse that's going on, just as we're all waking up to what horrible guy David might be. Okay, they're saying, so y'all gooning together, that's gay. They're all having very childish chats. But here you go. The first official mention of the body in the car would come at 9:55 on September the 8th, 2025. Someone said, I don't talk here, but can anyone confirm what KTLA is saying on their Instagram about David? First post. And his comments are off. People are saying, who? Who is this? Can't see. It's a news channel. I don't even want to say it, lol. Sorry, it's ABC7LA. I don't think I can say it. They just posted it. Whoa, what the hell? It says a dead body was found in David's car. Yeah. So,
the same day.
you know, I remember seeing this on the news, and I'll be real, I wasn't that familiar with David. I think I'd heard his name, I'd heard a few songs. You know, it's like music you might hear in the background of like a mid-tier restaurant. All right, I've heard David's songs getting burgers, getting a $25 burger a couple times, that type of stuff. But this literally is the first instance on David's Discord where they even acknowledged that a body was found in his car. All right, and I do think this is really interesting because it just goes to show you how the David diehards kind of took this news, right? So someone does eventually post it. Someone says, oh, and it's an ABC7LA account article. It says it's a grisly Hollywood mystery. A decomposing body is found inside the front trunk of a Tesla impounded at a Hollywood tow yard. Eyewitness News has learned the car belongs to pop star David Anthony Burke, known as David to his millions of fans. The musician is currently on tour in the Midwest, and they're trying to put together clues. And people are saying, whoa, wait, what the hell? And then people are saying this has to be promo for his deluxe album. And they're saying, what if it's like an Itami prompt or something? Obviously, Itami is David's alter ego, was allegedly committing crimes that David himself would have to go and solve. Weird stuff, all right, weirdo stuff. But anyway, they're saying, what if it's like an Itami prompt? They're saying in the middle of his tour, this is crazy. People are saying they hope it's an Itami prompt, all right? They're saying this has either got to be planned or it's a promo. People are saying, bro, because the last time he was in LA was back in April. That was known. A little bit of accidental incrimination there, to be honest with you. Last time he was back in LA was April. That now we know, we have the paperwork, that's allegedly the murder happened. So they're accidentally piecing together the whole time without realizing it. They're saying, oh wait, you guys are for real about the promo. No, ABC would not post that if it was. People are saying this is making my heart race. What are you thinking? Please be real, this is nerve-wracking. So the David diehards in Discord were shaking in their boots. Thinking, what the hell? This is disturbing. This is nerve-wracking. Everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Little did they know just how much worse things would get, all right? So people saying, I'm looking into it. Apparently ABC is not a reliable news source. Wait until someone else reports it. Otherwise, ignore it. So again, they're saying ABC, come on, ABC News, not a reliable source. Otherwise, ignore it. Not something you can ignore. People saying, I'd be hating on David to be funny. What's this? I swear to God, if this is real, they're saying facts. As someone who lives here, I can agree, but also why post it if there isn't any evidence? It's a big assumption. And then they post it again. Human remains found in trunk of impounded Tesla. Now, here's some crazy stuff because people are going to start defending David, right? It says why post it if there's no evidence? It's a big assumption. People are saying it gets clicks. If it's proven false, they'll delete it and pretend it never happened. Someone said they got a song with David dropping. People are saying they're going after an artist whose career is skyrocketing right now. It's insane. So they're already just getting into victim mode and thinking, oh, they're going after David because his career's been skyrocketing. And they're saying, oh, so it's not David. I'm mad confused, bro. People are saying, did what? What the F? Holy, what the hell? Stop with my username. They're saying this was posted before, meaning it isn't like a promo that is new, that the news is aware of. They're saying the IG, the only person talking about David being somewhat involved. Holy shit. So unless he's insane for album promo or planted, it's real. People are saying there's no way, dog. They're in disbelief. They can't believe that this is happening. People are saying, wait, what's going on? Imagine it was a prop for a music video and then they forgot to take it out from the trunk. David has a dead body in his car. So they're saying, why would a news outlet report this shit? All right, people are saying, what? Somebody's getting fired. These guys can't believe it. They're saying, ain't no way. Dude, like what? Allegedly, David's impounded Tesla had a decomposing body in it. When was this like I found out?
I'm still trying to figure out though why it took 7 months for them to lock that person up. 7 months, bro. You should have did that more expeditiously, bro. Like, yeah. 7 months.
They wouldn't be aware of what I'm saying today. It's odd if he trolls this far or something.
You can get rid of a lot of evidence and all that kind of stuff. So
Saying police will have to investigate bodies to make sure that they're real. It says they smelt a foul smell though, so it would have to be real. Crying faces. People are saying they're coping. They don't want to believe it. Oh my Lord, why are you talking about this though? No, David, come on. It's an impound lot. Realistically, it doesn't mean anything because we want to know if it's real or not. People saying
So
this
they
is
saying this
the
the
broken
first
asking why
case
you're
you
talking about
was
this.
missing,
So they want to hush this up. Really, they don't even want people talking about this. As soon as it happened, they didn't want people talking about it. People are saying because we don't know if it's real or if they're lying on his name. They're saying this is the only source that reported it. And said they're attacking him already.
And now we know it's not just lying on his name.
So they're in David defense mode. And this is a post that basically somebody posted on Twitter. They said, "This you?" And they posted the news of the dead body. People saying, "Wait, is this David related?" Maybe, y'all. People saying, "Yes, here we go." A lot of us are big fans. We don't want to assume our favorite artist is a weirdo. Unfortunately, it might well turn out he is. People saying, I mean, it is a reliable source though. They're saying, yes, yeah, GG's, bruh. A weirdo. ABC LA is my goat. He's going to get attacked. They're saying, wait, so does this mean the LA show is cancelled? And they're saying, nah, someone framed him. So they're already trying to come up with defenses for David. They're saying, Moji, why did you do this, bro? So the known Discord mods like Moji, they're tagging them and they're talking to them and they're referencing them. And they're like, yo, what's going on? They're joking, why did you do this? They're saying, bro, I know all of his songs word for word. I cannot let this happen. And someone posted a snippet from the news. It said the Tesla had reportedly been on the lot for several days and was impounded after someone reported it had been abandoned. And saying, dude got his car impounded. So somebody posted a poll. They said, you think this real? And they went 50-50. They said they went 50-50. So a lot of people said they felt it when someone said, I know all of his songs word for word. I can't let this happen. Okay. And people start even getting sympathy. They're saying, poor David. They're saying, you think it was like a parking ticket. And then fake news starts coming out. People are doing fake news. They're saying David just got arrested in Ohio, but it's not true. People can't believe it. He was in Ohio like 3 days ago. He's not there no more. Wait, can I go see him? I'm joking, y'all. So he was capping, right? They're saying David was literally just in Chirac. David's been gone from Ohio.
He was in Chirac. I mean, I still can see that as far as like a bigger musical thing.
Saying I fell for it. So people are posting pictures of his shows and kind of like just following along and basically just trying to find out what's going on with this, right? So David was still performing while all this was going on, while he got caught out. Said, bro, man, dog, we must protest. Me too, this has to be fake. Said, did my goat somehow get brainwashed by brain what? And then what? Did my goat somehow get brainwashed? Did my goat somehow get brainwashed by brain rot and then went wild? That is a tongue twister. That might be true. And people saying it's not fake. People saying help. Didn't you just get media trained like 2 days ago? I media trained you. It's controversial. So,
damn, I'm missing hit them mother. Shit, smooth it. Hold on, let me go back. Let me see if I can go back. I ain't mean to
YouTube.
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I definitely ain't mean to do that. Oh, there it go right now. So is he gonna start it over or is he gonna...
somehow get brainwashed? Did my goat somehow get brainwashed by brain rot and then went wild? That is a tongue twister. That might be true. And people saying it's not fake. People are saying help. Didn't you just get media trained like 2 days ago? I media trained you. It's controversial. So apparently, David actually posted this on September the 5th, 2 days before Celeste's birthday, saying, I start media training tomorrow, guys. Wish me luck. Now, it's ironic, right? That just days before a decomposing body was found in his car, he's talking about, I need some media training. I don't think all the media training in the world is going to get him out of this situation, right? But it's very, very interesting, okay? So, as you know, right, you might remember this. This is what David said to Celeste.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
So I feel like media training was just like a big joke for this guy, right? That was like a thing that he was into. So people point that out. They said, didn't you just get media trained like 2 days ago, bro? Life cannot be real right now, bro. OMG. ABC LA is an insanely reliable news outlet. People are trying to call ABC LA fake news, like, bro, that's the real news. They're saying it's raps. Hey guys, so also, fun fact, they're saying is him getting media trained good or bad part of this? People saying, I talked to his brother, I'll see if this is true and shit, because it's mad crazy. People saying a body takes time to decompose, by the way, so it would have had to have been there for a long time. Will's pretty smart. He's a pretty smart cookie by the looks of things at this point. People saying that's weird, don't contact his brother. They're saying wake up to a new David law just dropped and it's so over. They're saying bro just got a Fortnite collab too, this is crazy. They're saying nah, this for real actually scary because it dead ass got to be a location for a while. It do got to be in a location for a while to decompose. So people within hours, within bare minutes of the news coming out, they're kind of piecing together the facts saying, yo, for a body to decompose, that's got to be there for a while. Saying when you want someone DMing you and being like, yo, did your brother just kill someone? People saying, no, you right. He hasn't been there for a while, I thought. They're saying, I mean, does this go against everything he said he believes and stuff? Maybe it's just planted and coincidentally David's impounded car, right? So people are posting it again. They're pointing out comments. I don't think it's very small, but it said, yeah, he did it. So people are already kind of putting together their narratives on David, right? Yeah, he did it. So people continue the discourse. They say it was reported as an abandoned car. Don't they search abandoned vehicles when impounding them? People say not in all places. Someone else said, I would assume so. They said his comments are turned off. Someone said, I knew the whole time that he was shady. I just had a feeling something like this would come out eventually. And then someone posted in reference to his music, David Dunn actually committed a romantic homicide. Damn. And people are posting crying emojis. This community is in shambles at this point, right? People are saying the comments are frying me. They're saying, dude, what the F is on Insta right now? They're saying, right, LMFAO. Some people are saying someone framed him to make him look bad and ruin his image, right? They wish. Someone's saying, well, who the F would do this? Someone said, that's what I brought up, and now we're having a discussion. People saying potential misinformation spreader. Bodies take time to decompose, where he saw that. They said that that's David on his alt account, chill bro. And there's, they said bodies takes time to decompose. It would have been planted for a long time and then it would have had to have been known. People saying, for instance, why was the car impounded? What was the reason? And Viper says, damn, David really catching bodies. So someone said impounded lot, and they said it was abandoned. They said, what makes it worse? He's probably been away from LA since the tour started. Now, it's ironic, right? These guys know David so well, they don't even realize they're low-key dropping evidence. They're low-key dropping timelines before we even know we needed a timeline, before we even know he was in the car. So people saying they got no clue about when David was in LA. Someone saying they must have smelt it. They said it smelled. Someone must have called it in. It says a car needs to be abandoned by the owner, usually, in order for it to be deemed that. And someone's saying, but honestly, why would he do a tour having done that? It's crazy, right? They're saying, damn, this is crazy. That's what I'm trying to figure out. People are saying, so he can get away with it.
If David didn't know that he in trouble, he knows now. Goddamn it. That's how you feel right now.
What is he doing? He's beginning to believe.
He's beginning to believe out this bitch. The hell you talking about?
He's right, you know.
They're gonna get on your ass.
Anyways, Will.
Fucked up, right?
Will is the most switched on person in this chat, I'm not gonna lie to you. This Will guy, he piecing it together quickly. So it says he has where he gonna be next whole IG post, they gotta find him. Doesn't make any sense. Please be real. Someone says, dog, I'm scared. If the deluxe drops, then we're cool. I don't care no more. That deluxe did not drop, folks. Ain't no deluxe, all right? Like his tour dates, they know where he's gonna be at. They're saying, please let take the photos drop. Someone said, excuse me. They said it's been leaked. What? I don't know if they're talking about photos of the car, body, or just David's photos on tour. Pictures of David. People saying, what? There's this picture of David with a band-aid over his nose. They're saying he's the Timu Nelly, right? Definitely going to get hot in here when he passes away. But anyway, people saying, wait, LMAO, not Malcolm first, bro, it's fake, right? Let me know, right? It's not fake. It's not fake, it's real. Real as hell, okay? But you can see people continuing there saying fried. People like at David saying, did you do it? Be honest, let me know. They're saying, David, at David, is that my bestie in a Tessie? And it says the ops forced him to do a silly dance. So it shows you like they're not really taking this seriously, right? They're kids in there, okay? They're saying, ain't decomposing more than 11 hours? Decomposing, yet he made a story 11 hours ago. So this is the defense. Someone else posting comments saying, I hope no bodies have been found under mysterious circumstances near a certain pop star's mansion on the East Coast who just got engaged to a famous football player. And I don't know who they're talking to there. People are saying, holy moly, some people can't read. People are saying decomposing is more than 11 hours. I'm crying, bro, is she stupid? Do not look that up or the FBI will probably go to your crib. So some people are genuine tards, bruh. LMAO, I already did. You might be cooked, I fear. Saying David's innocent, oh well. Someone saying yes, innocent until proven guilty. Someone says, at David, OMG, what happened? So people are messaging him, DMing him, atting him. Someone's saying, so does that mean the LA show is cancelled? People are saying, always my outlook. Who are the 12 people reposting this on Instagram? Someone saying David's you a D1 hater, innocent until proven guilty. Other people saying they don't know if the show's going to be cancelled. It says they're going to report more on it. 11 y'all, keep me updated. It says while his fans are trying to figure out what's going on, David appears online in Discord. So it says, oh my God, comments are turned off on his page. It says just because it's his car doesn't mean he did it. It's not clocking to y'all. They're saying it might actually be over with, or it might actually be over. What the hell?
I'm stopping it to try to talk, but he read fast, but y'all get the drift about what's going on with this. But yeah, he reading extremely fast, so trying to interject a little bit.
So other people are saying his comments aren't turned off. And someone points out David is online, right? David is online. So everybody's just trying to come to terms with this, right? They're saying you can't comment on David's posts anymore. People saying, swear to God, they are turned off. You can't comment, it's raps. People are posting screenshots. So someone said, none of this makes any sense. He apparently hasn't been there for a while, but the car was abandoned and a body takes a while to decompose. I'm confused. Now, there was a rumor, an unsubstantiated rumor going around that David was apparently telling people his car got stolen at a certain point. You don't hear about that no more, right? And people saying, bro, there's no way, saying he's online. Open the comments, David, tell me this shit ain't true. So David's in Discord reading this as it happens, allegedly. People saying, oh shit, wait, David about to address the allegations. People saying there's no way. They're saying, yeah, this is surely just promo for Romantic Homicide 2 year anniversary, right? That's kind of dark, especially given that was Celeste's birthday. It was originally released on. People saying, oh no, David, please tell us. So people saying, dog, there's no way, first body of his career. They're really not seriously, right? Someone's saying, I'm not going to bed until I get an update for this. They're saying, bro, Hoodstar Diary, David is back, let's get it. David typing about to start. Wait, maybe in an hour, he'll notice it. They're saying, gang, Hoodstar, David came out. So apparently, right, they're mentioning this, the Hoodstar, this is apparently one of David's early projects, 2022 period, where he was kind of talking about drill rap, and he apparently had a track on there called Young Girl. Now, this one, wait, that can't be right. This can't be true. This can't be true. Yeah, no. It's the last song I now deleted EP called The Hoodstar Diary by David. It's constant drill anthems. This is long before, though. This is long before. Man, I'm shocked this is a thing. Like, these lyrics are insane. And bear in mind, this would have come out years before the murder. But I'm going to have to go and listen to this. This is crazy. Talking about, I ain't on no bullshit. Hitting girls is the only thing I'm good at. That's a lie. I ain't a bad guy tripping out. OD, I'm a good guy. Young girl, she real fly, come down, teal right, eat light, come by. Young girl, what does she want? Young girl, kill her. Young girl, gang out. Young girl, 14, what? Young girl, dead. Now that, I can't believe that these are...
Oh.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Actually, lyrics that came out of this man's mouth. How is that even possible? I'm going to just go and listen. I'm not going to play it, but I'm just going to check that that really is what was said. So I just tried to search for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't hear it. And then I just see this Reddit post. It says the Hoodstar Diary was removed everywhere after the attention that was brought to it. It says 2 days ago, a Reddit user made a post about the Hoodstar Diary, a relatively unknown album by David. After the post was made, the album was removed from YouTube, SoundCloud, and Last.fm, all places where it was listenable. If there was any other platform it could be listened to on, feel free to share if you'd like. Anyway, I think this sudden decision to suddenly hide the Hoodstar Diary is extremely suspicious. Not only does this show us that David or someone close to him is watching this subreddit constantly, but it's also obvious there must be a reason why he wants to hide the album. If anyone has the album screen recorded or anything of the sort, please share it. There may be a piece of the puzzle hidden inside the lyrics, or at least something he doesn't want known. So is this a copy of it, or is this the lyrics? Is that the lyrics? Compilation of all David songs? No way. No way. I need to hear that. All right, this link doesn't work. This link doesn't work, right? Access denied. It's not a shareable Google Doc. So I've requested access to the doc, but I really would just love to hear this. I would really love to find out what was going on with that. People are saying it was me. I'm that user. I screen recorded. I have them all screen recorded. I shared with a true crime page. I need to hear that song. That's insane. Is there a link to it? Is this it? Is this it? Is this the full thing? I've got to sign up. Okay, I just did all of that and logged in and reset my password, and there's nothing there. It says the playlist has no tracks. So David's clearly tried to cover up this project from the whole world, but we see it, all right? We see the lyrics, very incriminating lyrics, even though this came out years before the murder. It's not a great look, all right? And David was clearly a little bit of a wannabe drill kind of guy, all right? So basically, couldn't find it. No one else can find it. A link didn't work. If anyone's got it, let me know. Honestly, let me know. But anyway, okay, this is where things start devolving into abject chaos in the Discord. So they start tagging the infamous users of the Discord, Xerx, the famous mod who was very suspicious. He was definitely a big part of Operation Delete Everything, allegedly. And Rob Morgan, David's, day-to-day management, as they referred to him a few times. So people are tagging Xerx. That's Xerx's other username, as we discovered in a previous.
Xerx might be in some trouble too for trying to hide this shit on the internet. It might be federal because it's on the internet.
He was saying, "What the F is going on?" And then Rob, David's manager, someone's tagging him. They're saying, "Tell me it's not true. The one and only GOAT." People are crying. They're saying maybe in an hour he'll announce it. They're saying Rob's the last person who would respond. People have questions. They're saying the white Tesla bra, it was tight. So they're posting up Xerx saying, "I'm going to say again, this month was going to be a big one," saying bro wasn't lying. Obviously his album dropped. His tour was starting and he was going to drop the deluxe. But anyway, they said, "Bro, David is a gooner and digs in his butt for a living. How could he do this?" And you can tell these are kids, right? They're saying 6, 7. Okay, Dave killed somebody. Are they looking for him now? They're saying, "David, do something." He was saying, "Sigh, I've been thinking," allegedly, but he hasn't been in LA since the tour started. So people are saying allegedly they're looking for him. People are saying his TikTok comments have been limited too. People are saying this wasn't my best work. He's saying it's going down, all right, guys. Or he can become a ghost. Will he just fly away? Saying you could say that he made that individual bleed out. How did they know? How did they not? They're getting...
Bro, this is the first day of the fucking... Man, come on, bro. All these people knew this shit.
So many details right. They're saying you could say he made it. And the cops are saying that is exactly what happened. He stood by and watched her bleed out. How on earth did they know that?
They knew that back then.
So they're saying TikTok comments limited, though. I thought it's been like that, bro. I was stalking his page earlier and I couldn't comment hours ago. Says he's now withering. You could say the body was withering. Now these guys are making jokes.
That nigga said he's now withering.
I don't condone these jokes. It's not cool, right? People spreading false news that I was making jokes about Celeste never happened. All right, never happened. I did say. Oh, sorry, just closing some tabs. I did say, that I won't make a joke about something because I heard a word quite a few times. It made me think of something that could be funny at the expense of David, but I didn't even say it. So people in here are making pretty tasteless jokes and they don't even realize just how bad the situation is yet. This says, bro took him to the sun. They're saying, wait, because KTLA made the post 3 hours ago. If they turned it off, it's because they saw the KTLA post and were like, fuck. People saying, ain't the Hollister collab is supposed to drop today. They're saying, Luke, you're an interesting creature. They're saying, want to join. MS lost a petal. I already bought the Crocs. Wild. They're saying, oh, so the Benji screenshotted is actually slow. So it says, somebody replied to a comment on ABC's post and other people saying it's him, plus that is his real name. I don't know if they're speculating that it's him in the trunk, but it clearly was his car. Someone said, I replied and said it was his car and not him. And she just doubles down because there's no proof that it's not him. Anyway, not him responsible, that is. It says she's pissing me off from 3 screenshots. They're saying she's got bad reading comprehension. She thinks David is the dead one. Obviously, that's not true. So what is this? What is this video? Someone posted a video in the chat. Do I want to see this? I'm a bit scared. This looks a bit sus, if I'm honest with you. Let's see it. Let's just do it. Oh, so this is his promo for the Hollister Crocs that he was dropping. I'm not going to lie to you, even though David's a real piece of shit, the Crocs are kind of fire. I actually would probably rock these. They're like fluffy Crocs with a little strap and some buttons on them. These are actually really nice, but it would be nice. So I guess David was an ambassador for the Hollister Crocs collab. It wasn't his Crocs. They weren't David limited edition Crocs, which I guess is good. So people are saying, shit, wait, David caught a body. Wait, am I blind or where's the Tesla? I'm saying good night, the blacked out car. Welcome to the competition. They're saying, no, David committed romantic homicide. What do we do now? So people are still atting David in there. They're saying, come forward, say something, twin. They're saying, you think Brian knew about this? People are saying, I sent you proof in your DMs. If it's up, then it's up. You scared at David. This is a deleted user, so who knows? I wonder. People are saying, fess up, buddy. Is this a Carti reference? They're saying, someone definitely put it in his car. Not going to lie, I don't think he would leave a body in his car. Cat, turns out he would, allegedly. So the Discord notices that David goes offline at a certain point, right? They're saying, I just saw him go back offline. They're saying, we go. Who else sliming someone for their album rollout? They're saying, okay, but deadass, who's trying to frame our boy right now? They're saying, nobody do it like David, man. Says he's stupid. He'd be stupid.
That feed was long as hell, but that shit is really informative because it's like these people knew what was going on the first day.
Dead body in his car while he goes on tour and it's against everything he believes. Like, well, little did they know that's allegedly what was going down. It says now he on offline mode. I just checked, and then people are asking for an explanation. So this is a screenshot from David's updates Twitter, who was confused as well, right? They posted this, and he said, someone explain what's going on. So even the David updates, the official blue-ticked David updates Twitter page, was left in the dark. So after this, his chat would notice he's online again, and they suggest that he is actually lurking in there reading the messages. And it wouldn't surprise me. I reckon he was reading and watching and keeping track of absolutely everything that was going on. It says, even Twitter be crazy. How the F you even check that? It says, sigh, David probably opened the chat, not going to lie. It says the Kirsten Steppers. D4 definitely lurking. He said he's media trained though, so he can't say anything. And they're posting little memes of him. They're saying who's trying to frame David. It's all part of the plan. It says, does anyone know the gender of the dead person or whatever? So this is long before we actually knew who it was. Someone's saying back to breach now. They're saying dog. Guys, come on, let's not be mean. Let's feed into his delusions. It says maybe the media trainers test to see how David deals with a situation like this whenever he needs to speak on it. Wouldn't that be nice? But clearly this was a real situation. So people are basically saying it's always a dead man, 15 minutes left. Must have been the person inside the coffin of his show. So people remember that he brought a coffin out to his show, right? And it just hits different when you know this is what was going on behind the scenes. So then they say that that's why he made a song called Afterlife. Little did they know that might well be the case, all right? There was rumors that he might have recorded that Afterlife song before the murder. I think it's a little bit too suspicious and it dropped afterwards. You know, it's like, yeah, basically it's like the same thing as some of these rap, like what Lil Durk's doing. Lil Durk's trying to lie and say, oh, that song where I'm talking about, no, look on the news, see your son screaming no. Oh, I wrote that ages before the murder where the guy was screaming no. It's like, we just don't believe you. It's just nonsense. You don't really have any proof. Anyway, people saying they're working tomorrow, going through all his songs one last time before digging in our butt. 6'7" cracking twin gets cancelled. It's just kids in here. It's just a bunch of kids. So it says, I'm glad I got to see him 2 days ago. We both know what I have to do with subtly hinting him at killing his ex. Little did they know that was very true. It says he has to make it to Friday. I got VIP. He has to make it to Friday, bro. If he does get cancelled.
What loser talking about you got to make it to Friday to see this bastard. Man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And the last thing he said on Twitter was 6'7". They're saying I literally bought tickets to him at the Grammy Museum. There's no way, right? They're saying that they got faith he will play a show. He has to last until October, then I can see him. And he did play a couple shows after this, but it was only a couple, okay? He says, bro literally made so many songs about death or end of life that if a court was to decide based on that, he would for sure go to jail. Well, that might be the case. People saying maybe he killed Itami. This says, can I get an image or picture of the individual that calls himself D4D? And it showed an Asian lady. Maybe that's because of all of the anime that he's into. That's what they thought David would look like. So, yeah, so give it an hour, right? An hour passes after the Discord first finds out about the body, and that's when Sophia enters the chat, okay? The notorious Discord mod that has distanced herself from the case recently, all right? And she was the one who was asked to delete everything when David streamed with Celeste and blew his spot up. So she says just WTF, and then people are getting back in with their very childish theories once again, talking about someone made it Tommy angry, and 2, it's a new album release. They're saying Brian didn't crack David, so he got mad. And then Sophia's just in disbelief. She's saying, guys, just STF happened. Just shut the F. I think she's saying just STF, shut the F up. I mean, yeah, that is, she's just clueless at this point, right? And they're saying, this is the man they're accusing of murder, by the way. Not gonna lie, a body in a trunk is a bit more than an accusation. So someone posted this. They said, I have a Tesla. I'm trying to figure out how the other body would fit in the front. And they said, if the body is decomposed.
Ain't nobody else saying, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification. Peace and one.